Okay, guys, welcome back into the safe room. You're in the presence of the president, Shon. We're back with another episode, and I got an amazing guest today. Guest, I can't speak today anyway. Amazing guest today, and I've been on their podcast for a couple of times, and today I'm returning the favor. First off, I want to give a shout out to my boy and his team, the New York Knicks. They're doing some things right now in the playoffs. First off, we got Jason. Jason, say hello.
What's poppin', y'all? How y'all doing? You already know I'm a Knicks fan, New York for life. So all the slander I've been getting for the past 2-3 years of just, Knicks this, Knicks that. Let me just talk to y'all Toronto fans real quick. Just give me like a minute, Sean.
Wait a minute. You don't have to do that. Save that for another podcast, okay?
Give me a minute. So, isn't it crazy how the slander I got and the Raptors are not in the playoffs?
You know what? Do not start.
That's all I want to say.
Start.
All right, for that, I wish the Hawks beat your team, okay? Now, moving on to the next guest, we have Reneisha.
Hello. I'm just gonna say hi and keep it pushing.
Yes, absolutely. So today, guys, we have a very interesting topic today. We're going to talk about Disney and really just how there was a time when Disney was just pumping out some of our childhood shows. And listen, they could not miss. Like off the top of the dome, there was That's So Raven, there was like That's Classified School Survivor Guide, there was iCarly, there was so much Drake and Josh, Wizard Really Plays, Hannah Montana. Like we could go on for days, but we're not gonna do that. We gotta get into the discussion. But one thing I want to address before we get into this conversation, all three of us, is that the shows today just don't feel the same. And like when I say that, I don't mean it to say like, okay, everything's trash. No, like I'm always optimistic. I'm pretty sure you guys are optimistic, right? I'm just curious, like, where did the magic go? It just kind of it doesn't feel the same. There's just not that that we don't see anymore. So like Today, Reneisha, Jason, and I, we're gonna like break it down what we possibly think, are some of the issues. We're gonna have an open discussion. It may get dirty, it may get raw, but you know what? We don't give a damn. We don't.
We really don't. I don't.
Yeah,
I really don't.
We've been waiting for this, so let's get into it before we get to like really the main issues. Jason, I want to ask you, like, how much did Disney just like really impact you, like just growing up?
Disney impacted me in a lot of ways, actually, because the shows they were pumping out when I was a child, it can either entertain you or send you a message. And that's what it done for me. Because anytime when I was younger, I would just turn on the TV, you're so excited to watch that show. It just makes you laugh. It's just a fun time. So it's something to look forward to, like after school or something. Or when you have no school, you're just watching all Disney shows all day long. That's what I was doing. But nowadays, let's just say it could use some work. But that's what it has done for me, honestly. It really just shaped up who I am. I'm all full of Disney and all those shows. I go back sometimes just to watch some of them. And it's honestly just amazing. And I can see why I loved it.
Yeah, so many memories. Okay, I have to ask you, like, what was your favorite Disney show growing up?
If I had to pick one, you had to put something towards my head. I'm not gonna say the object. That's tough. If I had to pick, I think I have to go with Drake and Josh. I have to go with that.
Why?
Why, you say? There's like so many honorable mentions that I have in my head. Like, you have the iconic iCarly. As Drake and Josh, like I said, not declassified. But if I had to pick one, I'll probably go with Drake and Josh. It was just so funny seeing the dynamic of those two.
Nick and Disney, they were just kind of like banging out. I mean, I know Reneisha was just kind of like, Drake and Josh, like, really?
I never really watched Drake and Josh. I think I watched
you're just
maybe 2.5 episodes, maybe like 1.5, like
Two
two
and a
two and a half, maybe pushing it. I don't know. It was just never my thing. Like again, I wasn't really like a Disney girl. I was more like a PBS Kids, like Cartoon Network,
Look at this.
Nickelodeon. Like I wasn't really a Disney. I think the
It's like
only
Drake and
Disney shows
Josh.
I really watched were like iCarly and like Sam and Cat was one of them that I watched a lot. What other Disney shows were even there?
Nah, like that was trying to be too much. I think, nah.
Yeah, it had a good run. It had a good run.
What run? It was like what, like 2 seasons? Does anyone remember like any one episode? Do you remember one episode? I don't.
I remember like a bunch of episodes. I remember the episode where Fred came back.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
with what's her name? And then they had that whole like cat with Fred. It was like a mess, but like it wasn't horrible. It's not as bad as the Disney shows now. I think I only remember like the first beginning of that show and like the very ending. I don't remember anything in between, but it was still good to be honest. It was better than what they have now. But
I'm sorry, just like, hey guys, like trust me, like I don't know what it was PBS. I don't know how you see anything in PBS. Some doctors like what?
I had the same idea.
Oh,
PBS
no,
all channels.
on that. Okay, first of all, there was Martha Speaks. There was Word Girl. There was Cyber Chase. There was there was what's the other one? What's that one show that I watched all the time?
We lost like all these names.
I watched all those shows. All those shows were my shit. Like I did not really watch Disney. Like I don't know. I was always like a kid that like liked learning. So whatever learning I wanted to learn.
So you're basically my sister then. Okay. Back.
Oh. I'm not gonna lie. The 2 shows that I definitely watched on PBS Kids was Curious George and Dinosaur Train.
Yeah.
Dinosaur Train hit. I don't know.
Only those 2.
I can't believe you guys did not like PBS Kids.
No, ain't nobody got time to be smart when you're young.
Disney baby. Disney baby for life. I'm a Disney baby for life. I don't care what no one says. Anyway,
Thank you.
Anyway,
y'all are not cultured.
Anyway, look. I'm not trying to get with all the fighting and all the debate, okay? Look, we remember those days, but things just don't feel the same, you know. Just the programs today is just like, I feel like me, like as the viewer, just like I can't engage with the stuff that they're pushing out. Just like I see it, just like, all right. I just shrug my shoulders, like, okay, next. It's like I don't reminisce on it. It's like what's going on? Like really.
Okay, there's some shows that I could kinda get into. Like Paw Patrol has like a somewhat theme, like
I would love
what's
to
the other one?
Like the rage about that, because I won't lie, I do see a lot of like of those, like even
it's
like,
really sorry, yeah, what do you say?
No, go ahead. It's just like I'm just trying to figure out because I'm confused.
It's more of like the like, you know how you remember like iCarly so much because you liked like the characters on there. There are like multiple characters on Paw Patrol. I don't know. It's like one of those shows where like it's not horrible for the adult to watch it while they're with the kid. Like I feel like the kids are more like obsessed with like how we were obsessed with like, oh, like I'm Team Carly, or like I'm Team Sam, or I'm Team Freddy.
All
like
over the day.
they're more like, oh, I'm Team Chase, or like you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like my nephew and like all his friends are like obsessed. Like his birthday cake, everything was Paw Patrol.
Yeah, like, and probably that's the thing. We just don't really understand, you know, just how much of these shows have an impact to like, you know, the younger generation. Like for us, it's just like we know what we know from the past. Like those are like our banger shows. Those were the top A elite shows for them. Today, it's like nah, like these are top shows. They're just like I don't see it, and it's like I think it's just like this mindset we have is just like we're just okay staying stuck in the past and just enjoying a certain amount of content, just a certain vibe that we grew up with, instead of like not even saying like letting it go today, but just like, hey, let me give it a chance. You know, I gotta be more optimistic about it. Like, let me give this chance for the show to just grow on me. You know, I think that's true. So let's talk about some of the issues that I think, and honestly, guys, I want everyone to know, like, I'm not an expert. I'm not saying like these are the solutions. These are just kind of like off the top of the dome for me, what I just kind of think are some of the issues.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the first thing I want to talk about is storytelling. I think it's just plain simple. I feel like a lot of shows today, you hear what the like the concept is, but like it doesn't really build into anything significant. It's just like, okay,
That wasn't a problem back then, cause like, yeah, it wasn't. It was like that. Like, oh, the first episode, not the first episode, the beginning of the episode, there's a problem, and you solve it throughout the episode. But like throughout solving that problem, you got like little bits and pieces that you would have to know for later episodes, because it
mhm,
would make sense. Because you remember, oh, I don't know. Let's just say like Sam, I don't know, hit Cat in this episode, and now Cat, like, like it made sense because they moved the storyline along, and I don't think they really kind of need that for kids nowadays.
yeah,
Yeah, basically it's just a solution. I mean, a problem that you have, and then okay, here's a solution. Boom, there you go. That's all you need. But then it's like you gotta give more in the middle in a way.
Mm.
That's how I feel about that. It's just like it's empty, kind. Get that empty feeling. Like okay, there's a problem, there's a solution. That's it. That's all we get.
Pretty much.
All right.
I don't think kids nowadays really like want to sit in front of the TV like we used to, and kind of watch, like having to watch each episode to know what was happening. Like now you can kind of just put on an episode and kind of you get re-explained to who these characters are, and you don't really need to watch consistently. And I don't think
mhm.
that wasn't planned, because nowadays kids don't really have to sit in front of the TV. Like they can go on YouTube, or like, I don't know,
Any like streaming
play Fortnite. I don't know anything else other
Mhm.
than sitting in front of the TV.
Yeah, and like that's so true. It's like, back in the day, it's like it wasn't just like the problem solution. And not to say like that framework hasn't gone away, but it's like you got to see like character development, with like different shows. It's like, oh, this person's growing, at the beginning of like the series, like they were this, but like at the end of the series, like, oh, they're a whole different person. Or like maybe there's someone who's like going through it hard in the entire show. And then like finally when you get to the end, like, okay, that person got what they deserved. I feel today is just like there's no attention to that. But Renisha, you're right in the sense where like, no one really has the time to like sit there and then like watch these things. But then like I think to myself, okay, so let's step out of Disney for a second. What about like shows, let's say we see on Netflix and everything? I'm wondering, okay, how do some of these shows get it right? But Disney, who honestly, we be honest, like they be owning everything. They know maybe like taking like all these shows, all these different companies, like it's like easy chess pieces, and right? How come
Mhm.
other brands know what to do, yet Disney, who's like the top brand, is still lost in confusion? You think of like a company like Disney would be adapting like 24/7.
They kind of are, like I said before when we were talking before the podcast. Like, we're their audience now. Like we were their audience then when we were kids, when we were like 4, 5, 6, whatever. So now we still are their like audience, their fans, their watchers, because like you said, like you're not seeing them putting the effort that they did in the cartoons that the kids watch now. Like they know that the kids aren't really focused on that. So like now they're kind of focusing on our of like us being kids. Now we're watching Netflix shows that they produced, or Marvel and those stuff. Like we're the ones watching it. It's no longer the kids watching it. They honestly, it's more like of a money move. Like I see what they're doing, because I'm not gonna be spending money on wanting the kids to watch it now if they're not gonna watch it. I know that my previous fans, when they were kids, they watched it a lot, and I see that they're still watching. They're still coming back to watch old episodes, or watching my new adult teen shows that I created now. I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on the group that will give me money instead of the group that A, now have YouTube, so they don't really care, and B, aren't even sitting in front of the TV anymore. Like they're in front of the Xbox. So why am I going to waste money? So I kind of see what they're doing.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And like I feel like Disney's kind of exploited this framework where like hey, like, look, people have been like rocking us like ever since they started watching Disney. Like, if we start bringing back these old shows, like, it don't matter if our new shows are trash or people are like, yo, you need to make these new shows better. As long as you're watching these old shows, we're okay. Like, you're still like with us. It's like, what's the issue?
Basically.
Yeah, it's like, why are you complaining? It's like people are like, oh my gosh, you need to do this and that. Like one thing that a lot of people were just like confused was that like when they did High School Musical, the musical, and they turned that into like a series and everything.
Yeah.
And people were just like, oh my god, like why you ruin the classic? Like High School Musical, like that was great, grew up to that. And Disney's probably rebuttaling like, yeah, you're probably sitting in your living room watching the movie right now. So I don't want to hear you talk.
At the end of the day, money is money, basically. You're still giving me money. Like,
it's like,
yeah, they get them at the end of the day, so they could care less about like what we think.
Yeah, like unless you're legit going to boycott Disney, like period, which I know is not going to happen.
Yeah,
Disney's like, no, they complain all you want. It's like we're right.
To be honest,
yeah, like what are us if we all of us three boycotted Disney? Like, what are all three gonna do for a big company like Disney?
We won't even make like they. Like when
they won't make a dent. It won't make a dent. We
would literally be that pebble that they just kicked.
Like
They're not even
not even shaking.
Like it's not an effect. Like blowing air on their face.
Yeah, basically.
To be honest, it would make no difference.
It wouldn't. It really wouldn't. But yeah, storytelling. I mean, that's what most people say is a big issue. But another issue that I think is probably more huge is the lack of like top stars. And like, not to say that there isn't top stars that Disney doesn't have, but like there are so many people that I know today that either like started with Disney or like, they probably grew within Disney, like you got like Miley Cyrus, you got Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, Zac Efron, Corbin Blue, Vanessa Hudgens, Raven Simone, Hilary Duff, Drake Bell. Like, there's so many.
You got the Sprouse twins.
Yeah.
True. I mean, technically we can say that, but like, they were more of like pumping out stars, Now they're not, but they are at the same time. Like, who says that the kids that are on Disney right now won't be our Hilary Duff, our Drake Bell? Like, maybe they are, and we're just not on there. We're just not the people that they're gonna be reaching. Like, they're gonna be reaching our kids in the future, probably. Like
I'm waiting though. Like, and again, I like to be optimistic and just be patient, but like I'm looking at this and just like I don't see, because like even though like you're probably right, I know there were like those stars back then, like they were like part of so many things. Like one person, like Ashley Tisdale, like she was on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but she was also doing High School Musical at the time. Like they were literally using the same stars and like just pushing them to like build like their movies and their shows. I feel like today it's like, and I think this is not really a bad thing. I think because the talent today has become like better in terms of like everyone's like
so widespread.
Yeah, and like Disney, they're not in the position where like, oh, we're relying on the same people anymore. It's like, oh, we have like so many people we can like go to now. But like that's the thing. Like we may remember that person from that one show or that one movie, and if that one show or movie isn't good enough, they may be an afterthought in our eyes,
So maybe that's the problem. They're not selecting that specific group of kids and pushing them. Because if they were to do that now, like if they were to do what they did back then and have the group of stars that kind of jumped from show to show to movie, like now it would be a problem. Like, social media, cancel culture, it would have been a problem. They'd be like, first of all, there's not diversity, there's not this, there's not that, it's not fair to the other kids. Like it would be a problem. So like they can't really do that anymore. So maybe that's, like you said, like that maybe be the biggest issue.
Man,
Like it's not being forced down our
cancel
throats
culture
anymore.
needs to die.
Because they're not
I don't think it
canceling
will.
and like staying canceled. They're like canceling and forgetting that that person is canceled, and then like it just keeps going in a loop. Like it's never
Yeah,
over
like
anymore.
come on now, it's ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. And like one thing we mentioned before that could be an issue is just like no one's really sitting down to like watch these shows. Like there's a lot of streaming services, YouTube and everything, and like all these different services are they're pumping their own content now, and it's like people would rather be like, hey, I'd rather watch this on my phone than like sit on the TV. Because like think about this too, like if you want to watch a show, maybe it only comes on like a specific time. You have to wait all those hours just for the show to go on. Where like
Oh yeah,
I can literally go
shows are
on my
real.
phone and boom, I can watch it there.
There's so
So
many live streams on YouTube right now that I can pull up that are streaming all those shows that are creating new shows and streaming them. Like
yeah, like what's it? I know there's been times where like I'll be scrolling on YouTube and it'll probably say like Wizards of Waverly Place, like 24 hours of just like season one, like live streaming now. And I'm just like, yo, like why not? Like let me just turn it on board and like you're just hooked. You're just hooked. And like if I had to watch it like back then, I mean, sure, I had the time to like, okay, I'll sit in front of the TV, I'll wait, like the intensification, like, oh my god, the show's about to turn on. Now it's just like
I know. Yeah,
I still have that. I still get that with my shows now. Like that's what I don't know. I miss that feeling of like being excited, be waiting on your couch. I do that with most of the shows that I can, like on like CW most of the time. That you're sitting there patiently, like, oh my god, like my show's coming on in 10 minutes. Like it's still there, but with certain things, it's not. I don't think it's the same anymore, but it could be depending on who you are.
yeah.
there are some shows that they made you wait for like a week just to get a new episode,
Oh my
and you would wait a week for it. That's what it really got us invested. You would wait until that Saturday morning for that new episode to come out. Just wake
You
up
wake
early.
up bright and early too.
yo, it's like yo, don't bother me. Like when you're young, I'm like, I'm doing homework, okay? Like yo, I'm standing in front of the TV, I'm waiting for all the shows to go
We
on.
just waiting for that. I think that they got us invested with that, with the whole anticipation. But yeah, as you said, now just pull up to YouTube, pull up to any streaming service, then boom, there you go. So why we gotta wait for it now on TV?
And you know
That's
what,
how it is.
Jason, that's a very interesting thing because I want to talk about like shows where like because there are shows that like you know what, instead of like making our audience like wait even on streaming services, let's just drop the entire season all at once. You
And I
know,
love those people with my whole heart. Like my whole entire heart. They can have it. Because I refuse. Like all the shows that I watch now, I'm so pressed. Like they all come out like that where it's like episode on Monday, an episode on Tuesday, but it's a different show. And I hate that. Like I'm so happy for the next shows that do drop a whole season.
I won't lie, I'm gonna be in the minority. I actually like it when like they drop just once every week and not everything else.
Oh,
Like I feel like okay, like sure you can drop everything, but like if I have the time, and trust me, if there's a show that I am invested in like today and I have the time, I could bang out that season in one day. Then what happens? It's like, okay, I gotta wait another 4 to 6 months for the next season. It's just like I'd rather
Some shows. Oh, sorry. Continue.
No. Go ahead.
Some shows, I love the fact that I wait, like Superman and Lewis. I love the fact that I wait because I can go on Twitter and I'm talking to other fans around the world and I'm having fun. But other shows like Ragnarok, which is coming back tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I think Ragnarok's coming back. I'm super excited because I don't think I would be able to wait for that type of show. Like it all has to be the specific shows that I can wait for that will leave you a little bit where like I want to wait till next week and I'm ready. But like the other shows where they kind of drop off the face of the earth on the ending of that episode, and now you're like, I need to know what happens. You can't just stop that right there. No, like so I feel like it's half and half.
Yeah, it really depends. Like if it's a show that's like so intensifying that like it gets you by the edge of your seat and just like tune in next week, it's just like Don't do that. Don't do that.
I know, okay, yeah. Then that's all you be thinking about, like in school or something. And it's just like you talk about your friends,
Bro,
like, yo, like you see that last episode?
bro,
I
like,
can't wait.
let me tell you something. There was this one show I was watching like on Netflix. My sister put me onto this. It was called Star. It only dropped once a week. And dude, every episode that got you so intense, I was just like sitting there just like they need to just drop the whole season. They just need to.
Oh, they teasing you right now.
That's literally me with Superman and Lois right now. I'm like, I need to know. I feel like a crackhead. Just like, I need to know. Just tell me. Just give it to me. Like, just
give it to me.
Don't. Like,
then that's how you know they're doing it right, because they know we're gonna watch those shows.
Yeah, but still feeding. Anyways.
So we talked about so many things, like the storytelling, like the lack of stars, the streaming services, and like just really like I feel like the whole aspect, it's like I think we can be more open to these shows, but again, we just don't really have the time because there's just so many other avenues that we can just go to. Like we're not gonna sit in front of a TV per se and watch it, but it's just like maybe like, and again, this is like a theory of mine, and like again, like I'm not any like expert in anything, but I feel like we isolate ourselves to like a certain standard of like how we watch and how we view certain things. Like it's just like if it doesn't fit this agenda that I want it to be this and this and that and like so much more, then it's just like if it's off by just the slightest, we're just like, yeah, I'm not into the show. I'm not.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that? I'm like, what do you?
So like, I'll be honest, like when I was growing up and watching all those shows, I'm like, yo, like I like the shows that I watch because again, I really like the storytelling it was doing. Like I was a huge fan. Like I'm a person that's like, listen, don't get me wrong, I like a good show, but if it has no storytelling, it's just like I can't watch it. I can't. So many shows back then, all the special moments, all the things we remember because there were stories behind it. Like it built the characters and everything. And now today, like I watch Disney, it's just like, yo,
it's so mindless.
It's so just mindless. Like I can't get behind it. And like there may be those shows like, okay, they almost got it, and they just slip up one time. And like I can be petty in those moments, be like, nah, I can't.
There's like a few other shows where they're live action, like they're not like cartoon, but they're still in that like kid realm of like I would watch this if I was like 13, like or 12 or 10. Like I think the Hardy Boys are doing a very good job of that right now on YTV, and like the Thundermans kind of did that, but like it was still kind of like not really a story building, but kind of like they did an okay job with the Thundermans. But they're kind of getting to those seasons where it's kind of like, can you just finish it? Like, I don't know if you've seen the Thundermans, but like, you know how there's like a superhero family and their whole thing is like, we can't let people know that we're superheroes. But like the latest season, everybody knows that they're superheroes. So I'm kind of like, you should have just ended it with that. Like, how are you going to prolong this and keeping it going if it's like the stick from the season one is you're not supposed to know that they're that and you know it. So it's like shows like that where I'm like, it almost, like you said, like it almost hit, but it didn't.
And like that's the thing too. It's like even if like you watch a show like the Thundermans, like you know what, I liked it. We'll still take that one little slip and be like, oh, I hated it. It's like, why? Because like they didn't do one little thing correctly. I mean, yeah, sure, it would make more sense if they let them know like, oh, they're heroes earlier, but like you're still here saying, oh, I like this show, but I hate it at the same time. It's just like, are you bipolar? Or like, what's wrong with you?
Maybe. At this point, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I feel like we really try to reach logic in these shows now, where you're not supposed to even think logically when it comes to shows because it's not real, but you still kind of want to feel like that doesn't even make sense. Like the first thing that came out of my mouth was that doesn't even make sense. Why are we still in the season if they know now? What's the purpose? Like
it's like
I don't know.
If you're gonna like reveal them, there should be something else you're building up to, you know? Like don't let that be the one. And like it's just like one plan. Like once the plan's done, Yeah, like, have you ever watched those shows where, like, no, it just came to my mind. Have you ever watched those shows where they did have that one main storyline, and when that's solved, the next season is just a bunch of like goofy episodes, oh, doing these people
That
getting
was Riverdale.
problems. It's just like,
I should have gotten to that. But
it's like, what happened? Like, you had a perfect storyline, and once that was solved, it's like, okay, let's just do one full season, just random stuff. Why not? It's just like, because all the TV company wants it, everyone wants it back. Well, we're not going to do another storyline. Nope, we're just going to do a bunch of random shit. It's like,
That was Riverdale in a nutshell.
Riverdale,
Like, to
listen,
be honest.
I don't care what anyone says. I was never a fan of Riverdale from the jump. I was like,
oh,
like about this crap.
It was a
hot
horrible
take.
thing. Like, it was kind of like, oh, that was cool. Like, I remember seeing it was like, I don't know why people hate Riverdale. Like,
I mean, I hear Riverdale's good. I never watched it personally.
it's so stupid after season 1.
Oh,
Like, season 1 was like one of those,
No, like, it's just I saw some of it, and then like I saw like reviews to it, and like I don't want to say like, okay, so let me just refrain a bit. I haven't watched the full series, so I'm not gonna say it was trash, but I feel like just from what I've seen, it's just like I really just don't understand what this show was. Like, you're right, like, Reneisha, I feel like after season 1, I'd be dead confused. Just like, what is happening?
Like the same way, like 13 Reasons Why. Season 1 was fine. It was a little
That's fine.
controversial, but it was fine. And then season 2 and 3 and 4 and whatever now they're up to is like, what the hell? The first downhill was after the musical thing. I don't know what they thought that was, but it was not it. This after the musical thing, I was like, all right, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't do this. And now I see promotions all the time because I watch CW most of the time for all the shows I watch.
Mhm.
I see like their promotion for it, and I'm like, that doesn't even equate to what y'all were doing in the first season. What is happening? But yeah, it's that's a problem. The whole
I just can't. Anyway, we said a lot, so I just want to get to like a couple more things. So I know Jason asked you at the beginning of the show, what was your favorite Disney show, right? I think that's what I asked you. No, I mean, you gave me the answer, but like,
yeah, I think so.
So I wanted to know, like, what was your worst Disney show?
Okay, my worst Disney show. Oh man, I really have to say because there was a lot, but I don't think there's one. Well, people say the ones that are bad. I've never really watched myself, so I'll say the ones I watched were, to say at least. But from the top of my head, I don't know if I can say one show that sticks out from the rest that I just hated or just was the least favorite.
I can. And it's controversial.
But what about
hell between you two?
No,
I almost lost my head.
Wait. I think we've had this conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to just brace yourself. Reneisha, the floor is yours. What is your worst Disney show?
Oh yeah, we gotta get ready for this.
Yo,
I am ready to come for my neck.
You gotta get ready for this.
You want me to count you down?
Hey, y'all. I did not like Zoe 101. I don't know. I hated it. It was just not for me. I hated it. I did not like it. It was trash to me. So what's the other one? The one with the redhead one that was around with the possum, or was it like a mole?
Impossible?
Impossible. I did not like that show at all. Those two shows were one of those shows where I was like, nope, I'm not watching this. Sorry, not sorry. I refuse.
Why?
I don't know. It was just like I couldn't relate to anything. It was just like I don't know. It was just not for me as a kid. I did not like it. All my friends liked it. I was like, I don't know. Like, what are we doing?
Weird.
I know, but still.
I will say this. Kim Possible was made to look like every episode she had, she was always made to look like this OP like level type. Yo, no one can stop me. I won't lie. And like they did over like hyper way too much. I remember one time I was watching The Proud Family, and Penny was like talking about like she had an issue with a guy, and she's like, I'm a strong,
Mhm.
independent woman, and she started listing examples, and one of the examples she dropped was Kim Possible. I kid you not. They literally name dropped Kim Possible as like Penny's one person of like, oh, a strong, independent woman. I'm like, are you serious?
I mean, they did make him possible like this god tier character.
Yeah,
in a way.
like-
She can't be defeated. They did.
I
It
will.
was fun though. It was
was
fun. You wanted to watch that.
Oh, that's why I did not like that show. Okay.
Wait.
Zoe 101.
Okay, why?
No,
Why don't you like Zoe
Because
101?
I just read the, little blob thing that they do.
Mhm.
It's like she's a teenager who settles into her new boarding school in Malibu, and now has a wide range of friends. And now she came from a school with no boys. I'm like, oh, she was just boy crazy. That's why I just did not like it.
The first
It
episode
was
was
just
stupid. It was basically like, okay, I went to like a girls'
ridiculous.
private school, like, and now I got boys. Like, okay, now like this great
I
now.
think that was the episode I saw, and I was like, I don't want to watch this. Like, what are we doing?
Oh no, you gotta give it. No.
I don't know. It
Gotta
was
give it a
just
chance.
all the episodes that I like. You know how when like I don't know, back then when you had to wait for a certain show and like that show would come on, and then you have to wait for the show
Mhm.
before your actual show. Like whenever that show was on before my shows, I used to be so pressed. I'm like, I gotta like, I usually just like turn it all the way down and then go do what I have to do with my toys or whatever, and then wait for the next show. It was just, it made no sense to me. I'm like, you're this crazy about boys because you never seen a boy in your life? Is that what you're telling me? Like, even
It was a girl in the show who was actually more boy crazy. I forgot her name, but
Wait, Lola?
I forgot her. Yeah, Nicole. Yes,
Oh, Nicole.
that's her name. This guy's a real fan. This guy knows the name.
Nicole. There was Nicole, Lola. There was Zoe. There was Quinn. Quinn, man.
Oh, Quinn.
Quinn.
no.
There's
Oh.
Chase, Michael, Logan.
Oh yeah, Renisha wouldn't know what we're talking about.
But okay, but listen. Let's talk about my worst, like Disney / Nickelodeon / that show.
Oh,
And, like,
boy.
I don't care what anyone
Here we
says.
go.
This show was not just my worst; it was highly overrated. Highly.
Ooh.
Man, we're
Ooh.
boosting this way too much, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everyone's on the same page as me. I don't know. So my worst.
Watch your words, my boy. Watch your words.
Hey, don't worry, man. It's my podcast. It's my podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, my worst Disney / Nickelodeon show is Victorious.
all right. I have to agree. I really have to agree.
You guys are ruining
this show was the most illogical show I've ever seen. I was just like, from episode 1, it's just like, how'd they get it wrong? When you have a cast with Victoria Justice, Ariana Grande, all these people, how do you get it wrong? Really, like, Tori walks in, because that was Victoria's like name in the show. Tori walks into the school. By the way, she didn't even earn it. Like, what's it? She just showed up just to watch, like,
Wasn't she helping her sister?
Yeah,
And she was
helping
the
her
one.
sister. Exactly. Showed up. They needed someone to replace her. She did a good job. Don't get me wrong, performing. And was just from there on, she got accepted to school for no reason. She was the top of the top. She was like, everything is surrounding
Every
her.
teacher was like up her booty hole. Talk about, oh my God, Tori's here. Oh no!
And like, I'm looking at this like, but what about the rest of them? They're the ones that actually grind. They're the ones who actually want to be here.
Maybe that's why Jade hated her. Like, to be honest,
Yo,
maybe that's why Jade like.
Jade. Wrong people are like, oh my God, Jade was mean. Jade was the victim.
Oh,
Jade was
That
the
girl
victim.
went through some shit, and they did not care. It was always Tori this, Tori that. Like, Andre's over here taking care of his delusional ass grandma, and nobody's like,
Like,
"Hey, Andre, how are you doing?" Like,
come on, man.
nobody cared.
Nah, like this.
you
that
guys are
was
breaking my
like,
heart. Now you breaking my heart.
Nah, Jason, listen, you my guy, but I gotta keep it a buck. This show was was overrated. I was like, why do y'all like this? And like, more importantly, why y'all cheering Tori, man? She's the villain.
And it her fault. She's the most talented in the group.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's
not.
She's not top 3.
There's
She's not even top
Jade.
3.
She's not even top 3.
Not top 3. All right, name me 3
It's
people that
Jade,
Jade,
Kat,
Kat,
and
Andre.
Those are the top 3. I don't know what you're on about.
I'll take Beck over Tori if I have to.
Did Beck even sing?
I don't
Was
know.
Beck
He's
even
there
sing?
for his looks.
We're not just talking singing, just talent overall. I mean, come on, man. Like,
his talent. Okay, I'll give it to Andre. Sure, he might be just a tad.
no, he's not
He
is.
is.
His sing plays the.
This man was writing songs for one. He wrote mostly all her damn songs. Sang, played the instrument, could act, like everything. If they wanted a model student to be like praising, it would be Andre. Because I would want my student to be able to sing, write a song, act. Like he was doing everything.
Yeah, my guy is versatile here. Yeah, I know he is that guy. Andre is that guy in the show. So you said Kat as well?
Do you have anything to say on Ariana Grande? Kat,
what did you?
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
You know, I was like,
man,
I want to know why you like it so much, though.
Yeah. I want to.
Why I like the show?
Yes.
Like, what was your reason?
Okay, my reason, it was just something different in a way because it just showed all these kids' talents. It just showed like what these kids can really do when they give them an opportunity. And it just showed how like you just don't take opportunities for granted. You just go and take them, and you see what happens with Tori.
Okay.
She wasn't giving an opportunity. She stole that. Like what?
Oh my god.
Like Trina. Did Trina get in trouble for that?
Okay, it's not Trina. It's not Tori's fault that she's the most talented in her family.
Even then, like if Trina actually got help,
oh my god, you really trying to make a case for Trina?
Like Trina wasn't terrible.
She just needed help, and none of the teachers are doing their job.
And think about it. You think as the loving sister, Tori would be like, you know what, love, I know I took your moment, and I know this means a lot, so like we in this together.
I'll help you.
No, one time Tori tell her something, you know what, I'm gonna help you because you my sis. She's like, no. Every time Tori try to push Trina away, like, oh, you want to shine? Nope. Oh, you want this? Nope. Anyway, Jason, like, we still even got the answer from you. What's your worst like Disney/Nick?
Honest, my worst. I'm gonna just say a show that I didn't watch then, because I don't know. Okay, one show I would say that when I see it on TV, I'll just switch it, or I just wouldn't play it, and that's Shake It Up. One of my
favorite shows.
You heard me? Shake It Up.
No, you know what? Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold on. I'm about to get my sis.
Oh, I should have warned you guys for hot take. I should have warned you guys.
Talking about? Are you mad?
It was just that show where it's just like
that was my favorite show, hands down. Are you crazy?
Oh my gosh.
Are you mad? I'm upset. Like, what? And then the spin-off of Casey Undercover? Ma'am, don't do that.
This man really got him about to get his sister. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
How did you? They were in New York. Weren't they in New York or was it in Chicago? One of them. Like,
I forgot. Yeah, one of them.
Was it in the Bronx? Hold on, let me see. Hold on.
You're gonna search it up. Damn, I really made you guys go into a frenzy.
Where was
you checking your phone for facts? He's getting his sister to crucify me or something.
Okay. My sister's just standing right here. She's not gonna be in the camera. Jason, tell us what you tell us. Your worst, your worst Disney show.
Okay, the show, I don't know if it's the worst, but the show that I've seen if I seen it on TV, I would change the channel because I don't want to watch it. Is Shake It Up.
She'll come back.
She's going away.
Janelle, do you have any words for us?
No, I don't have any words. No words.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's just, I'm crucified.
You didn't like Shake It Up? Really?
I like Shake It Up.
I just really wasn't invested in it as many people were.
Shake It Up was that show. It was like Hannah Montana. Like, I'm impressed.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed.
You're
I don't want to be friends with you.
It hits more when someone's disappointed.
Friendship Timeout. I don't.
Friendship Timeout.
So I'm assuming you don't rate Zendaya then.
No, I wasn't there. I love her.
Then you don't love her. No,
that girl.
No more. You don't love her no more. It's fine. It's fine.
She no left.
It's fine.
Oh damn!
You don't love her.
I disappointed her. You know, it hurts different when someone's disappointed.
Wait, is Chicago near? No, it's
Shake
not.
It Up. I did not expect that.
It's set in Chicago.
It was just that show that I just really wasn't invested. Like, if it was a channel that had like, let's say Victorious, and another channel that had Shake It Up, I will go to Victorious.
I think I need to get off this.
Yeah,
I need to get off this podcast.
I think we should end it before we get into
I will jump through the screen. Are you serious?
I am gonna be crucified.
Yo.
Wait, did I answer what was my favorite Disney show?
Oh no, you can say your favorite. You can say your favorite.
I mean, yeah. Are we done crucifying me now?
No, we'll get back there.
Listen. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to make this a super long thing. So, like, Reneisha, please.
All right, fine, okay.
I wasn't really Disney, but PBS Kids with Cyber Chase.
Yes.
Cyber Chase. It was one of my favorite shows. It taught me math. It taught me like division. It taught me problem solving. It taught me friendship. Cyber Chase. My kids are watching Cyber Chase. I don't care.
What school's for?
Yeah.
What school's for?
You ain't wrong.
First of all, again, as a kid, I just loved learning. So anything else that I could learn outside of school, like I used to get excited as like, you know, those packages like you would get at school and it'd be like your alphabet and your numbers. And I was about that life outside of school. I was out here in them books, coloring everything. I was in love, sir. So F you when you're Disney. It's all PBS over here.
Keep that school stuff at school, bro. Outside of school, I want my action. I want my killing. I want all of that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Keep that school stuff in school. Thank you.
Anyway,
so that was your worst. What was your least?
No.
I think we did not.
You said your worst. Your
your worst.
Yeah, your worst.
My favorite Disney show. Oh my god, that's hard.
Okay, you see what I'm going through?
My worst was Victorious.
You're what?
You like Victorious?
Thank you.
You like Victorious?
Man, you're garbage.
Man.
Reneisha, you and me alone. You and me alone.
Wait,
to be honest, I don't.
Make it shine.
Nah.
Yes, she knows. She's more cultured.
It was a one hit. It was a one hit.
Watch this show.
No, because I really rewatched, but I thought to myself, nah, this is garbage. Actually,
Shon, stop the apple.
Stop the cow. Okay, no. Oh, you think that's bad? Reneisha, why don't you tell Shon your worst show, your worst Disney show?
Yeah, you. Oh man.
You think that's bad?
Child. Zoe 101 was not my favorite show.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. She left.
I'm dead. Zoe 101 wasn't that great, to be honest.
I know you
Listen,
standing
Zoe 101
here.
She's
Do it look good, my dear.
If Zoe 101 didn't exist, these people could not run.
Hello.
She crawls over the wall.
Hello.
I'm dying.
Oh, yeah.
Holy.
Nah. Okay. Let's breathe.
Oh, now I'm curious. Is Chanel still there?
Nah, she's gone. Yo, guys.
I want to know what's her worst and favorite now.
Whoa. Oh, wait, Shon, what's your favorite? Is she gone?
Right.
Oh, she said it's hard. She said it's hard for her favorites.
Yeah, I understand.
My favorite.
All right, so your favorite.
My favorite. It's a toss up.
You gotta think hard, my boy. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's a toss up.
She's listening.
It's really.
You can see who's the more cultured twin now.
This is gonna shock you. It's really gonna shock you because it's one show that everyone loves, and a show that I wouldn't say most people have watched, but I really enjoyed. So one of the shows is That's So Raven. I mean, everything.
It's a classic. Come on now.
Classic. And the next show is Gravity Falls.
Ooh,
Let me tell
Gravity
you.
Falls.
And I
It's my
might be leading to
shit.
Gravity Falls.
Ooh,
Gravity
I
Falls
forgot about
was
Gravity Falls.
Perfect.
It was
Ooh.
perfect. I don't know who wrote it, but they deserve
Whoever
everything that come their
produced
way.
that.
To be honest,
Whoever
it was
produced
so
that,
good.
round of applause.
Storyline,
First
characters.
character from the first episode, I loved it. The twists, the turns, and then the final episode, I legitimately cried. I was like,
I bawled. I was
Yeah,
like, no.
I don't care. I cry. Yeah, black man can cry. I don't care. No toxic masculinity here.
Ooh.
A black man could cry.
Don't care.
It was so good.
Who cares? Gotta
I
love
forgot
that.
about Gravity Falls. I need to rewatch that.
Honestly, I rewatched it.
I'm thinking of a show that we're forgetting.
I rewatched it last month and like it still hits. It's just like
So good.
absolutely
Oh,
crazy.
man, I don't know what's the worst.
I just want to say thank you to Jason and Reneisha, just time out with the crew, coming out here, just being on the episode and just sharing your opinion, sharing your takes.
No problem.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Thanks for having us on.
So right, thing. Ooh, words.
Ooh, words.
I said
Reneisha. What's going on?
tectonic. Why am I saying TikTok? Thanks for having us on.
Yeah,
fun.
for
It
sure,
was
for
fun.
sure. Guys, make sure that you listen to all my episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts. Guys, go check out my website, escaperoompodcast.com. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in for the Escape Room Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.